I thought I'd do a slow fade in, but I don't have any camera. It's just me and this cute ass hat. Keep it. Under Armour. I don't know what this hat's worth. I think it's like $25, this little hat, this dinky hat. I got it along with this Under Armour backpack from my sister who went on a fancy work trip to California and came back with that backpack, and I'm really thrilled to have it because I switched from a really cute messenger bag that I still really like and I've kept, but I just thought any second it's gonna bust. It was too overstuffed and it was ripping my shoulders apart. So we're gonna backpack it for a while. What is up? What is new? Here you are. Here I am. I had a much better day today than yesterday. Yesterday was what you would call pretty much a terrible day. Mood wise, let me lay down the palette for you. So I hope I'm doing a better job looking at the camera. I really want to look at myself. This is me looking at myself, which is what I'm so used to. But if I look at the little green light that's steadily on, I know I'm looking more at you. And I want to like commune with you. So I'm gonna try. I also look all over the place. I don't have very good eye contact with people anyway, in general and in person. So I kind of just look all over, but that's me. So, okay, let me lay down this layer cake for you of what was happening yesterday. I had a wedding over the weekend. That was a ton of fun. Shout out Jamie and Jay. Congrats. But I drank a shitload. My period is coming. I went to bed I think the night of the wedding, without taking my meds. I had to get up really early and drive about 5 hours home. And just like the pressure cooker stress, like trying to ignore it, I think, kind of came crashing to an end. So all these things I realize and know that this is why you feel like shit. Like this is, besides the emotional, stressful things, like actual like factors that are bothering you, this is not helping why whatever you're feeling is getting really exacerbated by all these other external things. So yesterday, all of that leading up to yesterday and coming to a head pretty much yesterday morning, like as soon as I woke up, I'm like, I'm not feeling it. So I am installing work at Rife Gallery in downtown Columbus, which I'm super stoked about. I got to install there once before and I wasn't really proud of what I did. I look back at it now a little more fondly, but this time around felt like, oh my God, come back kid, let's do this major. I kind of applied on a whim and didn't think I'd even get in. I applied with my Junk Dazzle silhouettes and really thought they had been retired because they've been boxed and put away for so long. But then I got in. So that was super cool and I'm really excited about them. And I came up with a way to back them differently so that they're very much attached to the wall via a tile spacer and a nail. Shout out to my girl Tiffany Lawson for helping me figure this out. Girl, this has been such a game changer. Oh my God. It was going really, really well yesterday, but add up all those things I mentioned and the self-sabotage that begins, and it just went to shit. It was just 3 hours of chewing my cud, hating myself, thinking I'm doing everything wrong, thinking I'm stupid, like everything and anything negative. it was so bad, and like nothing. I was trying to listen to music. I tried to listen to like Hertz, Hertz frequencies for like anti-anxiety. I tried to listen to anxiety podcasts. I was in it. So I was also panicked and more stressed out because I realized I had been there for roughly 3 hours and it was barely like a 16th of the way done. And I knew I had to go to work in the afternoon, and then I had to go to work today and work in the afternoon today. So I shifted some things around at work and asked if someone else could help with the little kindergartners and first graders. That way I could basically not work at all today and just go to the gallery and install. And that was able to work out. So then I all day long, I was just so like teary-eyed, very stressed, and working with kindergartners and first graders, that is not the greatest way to work with an already kind of stressful situation, you know, because they can be a handful. They can be a lot of fun, but they can be a lot of work. And so my other girl, Rose, shout out to you. Like, definitely thank God you were there and by my side, because I was not good yesterday. I was not in a good place. But I kind of, you know, sometimes you can kind of work, literally working and work your way out of it. And I still continue to feel like stressed, but then went to this bomb-ass, unbelievable talk at CCAD last night. It was the first time I went back to CCAD being completely out of it, no longer a student, no longer a teacher, out of it, no longer any kind of like affiliation besides alum. And I was so fascinated by alone what they all said, but like some of the things that got asked during the Q&A were exactly some of the things that I was so stressed, like, you know, things that were getting me so upset and stressed out. So like, I was so glad I went. And I knew too, like, you're in this awful mood, like you need to get out of your own way. You need to get out of your own head. So that allowed me, even though I still was like tearing up, like tearing in the audience, like, you know, and I can talk about it now because I feel better. I think, you know, got the meds back on board for a couple nights, you know, period doing its thing, whatever. Still a little iffy, but, you know, booze is pretty much out of my system, and I've been able to get a couple of good nights sleep. So that kind of stability feels like it's there, along with, you know, treating myself to going to this thing where I could have just gone home, you know, moped around, maybe gone for a walk, but just again would have been with my own thoughts. And sometimes there's something so good and powerful and like so helpful to just hear somebody else talk for a while. And even if it's not, you know, if you're trying to search something really specific, that can be helpful, but sometimes just going completely in an extremely new angle or avenue and like learning something new, or listening to a debate, or you know, just getting out of your own head and your own thoughts for a while and trying on someone else's, because you never know. Like last night, it was like hitting every nail on the head possible. You never know when that's going to be helpful for you. So that was great. That really shifted things. And then I came home and pretty much just went to bed right away. I ate a bunch of yogurt pretzels for dinner, which was delicious, and watched Nip Tuck. I'm so close to finishing. I'm rewatching the entire series, and I'm in the last like maybe 3-4 episodes of season 6, which is the final one. And I woke up to like insanity. Like, I forgot how much this show kind of took a shit, but I love it. So shout out Ryan Murphy, shout out Julian McMahon, shout out Dylan Walsh. Like, I loved this show so fucking much, and I'm weirded out and a little bugged out that I forgot so much of what happened. I'm like, I watched this show so religiously. I like bought the DVDs when, like, you know, thick ass DVDs of seasons used to come out, and I can't believe how much the stuff I really couldn't, you know, watching the scenes. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, and you know, and then it kind of comes back, but you know, God, I'm like, I pride myself on a very good memory. So amazing how much life happens, and then you kind of, you know, things get a little blurry, I guess. But anyway, went to sleep to that, woke up to craziness, put the laptop away, went to bed. In the morning, this morning, before going back to the gallery space, I FaceTimed with my Gooby, aka my mom, and I knew I wanted to have like a good cry. And I did repeatedly, and she was very helpful. And there's such a specific way. You know, I know there are people out there that maybe they don't have this relationship with their mom, or their mom has passed away, or, you know, like that. This doesn't maybe exist for everyone. But I remember I was in the bathroom after we had talked, and I felt like such a nice feeling of calm and collected, and it was just such a specific mom feeling. Like, my mom is the reason I feel like this, like a mothering feeling. So that was really, really nice. And I mean, I just sort of dove into what was going on and why I was upset, and she had really, you know, good things to say, as she always does. Sometimes she'll say things I don't want to hear, but that have like grains of truth to them. So yeah, I mean, that just was like a really, you know, kind of tough way to start the morning, but a nice tough way to start the morning too. And then I felt very resolved, and I got my shit together, got my hat on. I actually had I don't know where it went. I had a different hat on, but anyway. And I walked to the gallery, which is probably like a mile plus. And it was nice and like cool and sunny, so it just put me in a good mindset. And I got in there and just went to town and like kicked ass, and it looks so good. It looks so good. Like, oh my God, I'm so pumped about it. And I think it's one of my favorite iterations of it I've ever done. Got my lo-fi, hold on. She be blasting. Also, the lo-fi channel, if you just type in lo-fi, and it's the girl like sitting writing with like a cat in the window. She's dressed up as a witch now for Halloween. It looks so good. So yeah, I was only panicked. I was probably panicked for like 5 hours, a little bit in the back of my mind, that I was not gonna finish. And I was freaking out because I'm like, I cannot take another chunk of time off work. Like, I've already lost like hundreds of dollars because I don't get paid if I don't work. So somehow I managed to get it done, and my back, my freaking lower back and my hips, holy Lord, they are screamy. But yeah, then I came home and I was gonna go to the gym, but I can't find the freaking, I used to have a thing on the back of my phone that held my cards, and in it was my gym card, and I took it off my phone, and I cannot find where this pack of cards is. So I sort of took it as a sign. I'm gonna check that up there. I think I just spotted a place I might have put it, but I took it as a sign, don't go. Like, you're achy and sore, and you just installed literally from like 9:30 to 5 o'clock, and I didn't stop for lunch. I like took a break and wolfed some stuff down while I stood there. Like, I did not take a sit down half-hour lunch break. So give myself a freaking break tonight. This sweet dude, how bitchin' is this? So I'm a little confused because I know the camera is flipping things, but I also flipped the R in ready. So it says I'm ready. So I don't know what this is going to look like when I watch this later. But anyway, it's a cheeseburger and it says I'm ready. Like SpongeBob, like Krabby Patties. So all the cool things I've made in my enameling class. It is sweet, a little Mars action for you. This one I'm a little like meh. It's the symbol for Ka, which is the symbol means fire on its own in Japanese. But it didn't really do what I thought it was gonna do. And the cheeseburger again, that was the third one. And then the fourth one, isn't that sick? I based it off of the fucking 1,000-legger, which I am like keeping my peepers popped that I feel like I'm gonna see another one any minute. But thank God it's actually getting like cold at night. And then I'm working on a big one that's like roughly this big. That's gonna be the next one. So I didn't go to enameling last night because I went to that talk. So I'll be back at it next week. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this shorter, sweeter. It's almost at 17 minutes right now. The final note I want to Turk-a-Bert in my vlog. I just watched, like, as I was in like an effort to, since I couldn't go to the gym, I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna go through and, you know, switch my bags and get my suitcase unpacked, get things like cleaned up, and it'll feel a little bit better. And I put Bill Maher on YouTube, and I think he's super funny and super smart. And he talked, the first like clip that I watched was all about influencers and how being a content creator apparently is the fastest rising independent job in the United States or something insane. And he did a great job of course, as always, skewering the hell out of it. And, you know, said some things that I kind of agree with, and some things where I was like, okay, but there's some vloggers I watch and YouTubers I watch that I really, really like and really get a lot from and enjoy. They make me laugh, or they make me think, or they just show me their cool art or house or whatever, and like they're inspiring. But then at the same time, or same side of the coin, whatever, it can be a little like, why do we watch other people? Like, what, it's like The Sims has come to life, and we just sit and watch other people talking or ordering food or getting a plant at the store or whatever, like banal activities, and we find it fascinating, and like, why, and what does that say about us? So yeah, I need that also sent me on a journey a couple nights ago to look for a new Chuck Klosterman book, because I really need, if anyone has any recommendation, I really need advice in the form of a book. Not advice, I want like culture commentary on right now. Like right now, what in the fuck is going on right now with our world and, you know, society as a whole, and just like everything in general. Politics, you know, like, remember reality TV? Like, that's not a thing anymore. It is, like, there are some shows that still go, you know, Survivor and American Idol, whatever, but that used to be like the thing, and it's not anymore. And like now it's just this rapid, ever-changing thing that I feel completely out of the loop on. And some things I don't care about getting in the loop. But there are moments where I feel like, oh God, has it passed me? Like, I'm out. Like, time out, I'm out. It's past me. It's past my time. Yeah, so I'm just looking for some like literature on the now, like some nonfiction on today. But in all, one of the main reasons I wanted to get on and talk tonight, for all of today, since when I got up to right now, I did not look at Instagram at all today. I did not post. I didn't look at anybody's story. I didn't scroll through posts of other people. I didn't post anything. I did not get on the app at all. And I feel like a different person. Like, not I don't think like as dramatic as like that sounds, but I feel like my brain feels a little different. And I don't necessarily want to go on like a social media break, but it was just the same when I realized like, you know, like I loved drinking. Drinking's great, but I also realized that when I'm drinking without any real rhyme or reason, like I'm just drinking for drinking's sake, it takes away the value of what it is to enjoy a drink. Like, now, obviously this can go so many different places, and I don't want to imply what you should or shouldn't do, but it's just made me realize like the things that I'm consuming, and social media is absolutely one of those things that I don't think I gave any thought to before. It needs a closer look, because I don't know, I caught myself maybe 3 days ago, just incessantly scrolling and clicking through stories and clicking through images. And it's just like, and like, when I like something on Instagram, I always I save it too. So I must have like 10 million images saved, because everything I like, I save it. Like save, like thumb to thumb, thumb to thumb, thumb to thumb. So I was just like, why? What am I doing? And I think it's one thing to say not to compare yourself to other people, but there is no way in hell you're not doing it to at least some sort of subconscious level when you're on these stupid fucking apps. I like posting things. I like seeing other posts. I like coming up with captions. I like sharing things. I like highlighting things. I love a good selfie. But, you know, even if no one watches this already to me feels like a different way to express myself and, I don't know, like validate what it is I'm thinking, or at least give what I'm thinking voice so it kind of gets out of my head for a second, and not be taking what I'm saying and seeing how it does in the form of likes, or how it performs. It's just like all this shit where I'm like, what? You know, you say you're not doing it, but you are doing it. Like, you are comparing, and everything kind of is a highlight reel. And I don't know, it just felt so good to like not give a fuck about it today. And I'm telling you, I installed this work with 5 minutes to spare. Like, we had a hard get out at 5 o'clock because it's I think it's a governmental building. Like, it's like at high-end security and stuff. Like, the space is closed, you have to leave. And I had 5 minutes to spare to get that last beautiful falling silhouette up on the wall, because I always do her last. That's like a tradition. And if I had bothered to get on my phone and flip through Instagram, I would not have finished. Look at my chins. I would not have finished. You like my hockey shirt? first round victory is not the goal. Every time I kind of glanced down at this today, the font was very Trump to me in my upside down view, but it's not. It's for the hockey people of Ohio. What are they called? Blue Jackets. Oh, my neck hurts. My neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack, man. Anyway, okay. I said I was going to keep this short, and I didn't. I lied. But I like lying to you because it keeps me on your toes. So, yeah, chew on that. Think about what you're consuming. Think about why you're consuming it, and just reflect on what sources around you can be contributing to a lowered bad mood. And think about ways to change them and counter them. This is my little springy that is fun to play with when I talk. It is a pipe cleaner. Okay, I will end on this note. As you saw this earlier. See, it looks cool on my okay, I think it looks cool on the camera. This tattoo is my second most recent tattoo, and it's of 7 Magic Mountains, my absolute favorite piece of land art. But I'm not happy with it. And it just looks like 7 dicks made out of Fruity Pebbles are on my arm. So I would like to get it covered up and redone. Like still be 7 Magic Mountains, but be completely covered and changed and redone. So I'm gonna end on that. Fruity Pebble dicks. All right. Peace out, Girl Scout.